And underneath the rows of trees, I will see you where the ocean meets the sky. Under your toes, the fire grows. You are ready for a different kind of life.
Hi, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I'm out in Harry today. It's a beautiful day. Just got a few little jobs really to sort since we came back from Ireland. There's a few little bits and pieces that needed to be addressed on Harry. So we've got I want to try and clean the steps, so it's all got a bit gritty. Apparently you can take that step out and clean it, so I need to do that. One of the curtain ties has broken while we're in Ireland. I've got netting up in what I call my tech cupboard at the top. That cupboard's still not working for me, it's just things moving around, so I bought some netting, so I need to put that up. And the other thing is we had a bit of a leak on the kitchen window, and it turned out to be nothing other than the rubber being a bit stiff. I think over time, it's 5 years old, salt on it and all sorts of weather on it, I think the rubber goes sort of hard and that. So I've got some silicone grease there that I want to rub on that, and I might as well rub on all the other rubberized parts just to keep that well maintained for the future really. The other one was we had a small leak in the kitchen window. It turned out just purely to be the rubber seal that went round, and it's sort of got a bit hard. I suppose it's 5 years old now with all the salt and heat and extreme weathers and that type of thing. I guess over time it can go, the rubberization can start to go off. So by putting some silicone grease on it, that'll just bring it back, replenish it. I managed to put some Vaseline when I was out in Ireland just as a temporary measure. So I shall do that, but I'll also take the opportunity of doing all the other rubber seals around the doors, etc., while I've got some of the silicone grease out. So there's just those 4 little jobs I need to do. So one of the tie backs on with the whole of the curtains back on the window is just pulled through. We've had a couple of these pulled through, and it's a bit of a simple fix really. Still use the same screw, but what I do is I put a very small washer that I've got over the screw, and that tends to hold it. So I think eventually at some point we'll probably maybe replace and upgrade the curtains maybe, but for now that's just a simple fix. Job done. I like simple jobs like that. So my next job is the step. As you can hear at the moment, if you listen to it, you can hear it grinding with the sort of dirt. So I need to lift that out and just clear out all the dust basically. So it looks like the step can be taken off. We're just going to bring it out, and then there's some pins that's just got to be pulled here at the back, and then there's like this got to be removed here, and then it will just pull out hopefully. So it says not to jet wash it, but to hoover it and then place it back, which is just going to be the reverse. Seems simple. So it's an enclosed casing, and obviously the motor's in there, which is why they don't want you to jet wash in there, and they just say Hoover. The problem is your standard Hoover won't go in there, so a little bit of ingenuity. But a hose pipe cut off, just suck out all the debris. There's not that much debris in there, to be perfectly honest, so I think it must be scraping on the outer edge. So I'll probably use some silicone grease on the little flap that's at the front. I might as well just do that anyway. I'm hoping that'll do it. Just needed, I think, a wash more than anything else. So we'll put it back together now. So this is, I tend to use for all my tech stuff and that. You can see at the back there's quite a bit of room at the back there, fitting behind this, but it tends to get crammed in, and of course it all spills out down here. So I think first of all I'm just going to put a simple netting across there just to retain it, to stop it spilling out, and see if that improves it. I still wonder whether I need to put some sort of shelf in here, but having said that, I have got some bigger units, so I just need to make sure whatever I do there, it's going to be the right thing. So I've just put these small cargo netting that you can get off Amazon. I'll put the link in the description for you. I've actually used them before to retain the food above the cooker, because I'm always frightened something's going to spill out and smash onto the glass. So you can see here, that's what I've done here before. So the food goes behind that. It's easy to get in and out. They can stay up. You don't have to keep on taking them down because they're quite elasticated. And I've got them, these two in here. And I really do, because they're above the kitchen area. So last thing I want is a tin of beans or tin of soup falling onto the glass that I've seen in a few videos. So I think that reduces that risk. So it's quite a big netting, sometimes doubled up. You can see I've used them down here as well, where I've got some sort of van flip-flops, I guess, and they just go in there behind the chair. So I've used them before just to retain stuff. They come with a little sticky tab on it, but I'll put a screw in it as well. I don't think that's going to be strong enough to hold it. I'll just change their screw to a shorter screw because I don't want the screw going through the wood. Quite as neat as I wanted to be. It'll do enough to catch and keep this stuff back here on there. I'll probably need to just stitch the netting a bit better, to be honest. So as daft as it seems, I've managed to get more into that space there of stuff that we don't use a lot of. It's sort of emergency stuff. Whereas before it'd be spilling out and therefore it comes into the main compartment. That's now all tucked away in there, so that's it's all right. It's doing its job anyway. So that's a couple of the jobs done. Next job, I'm going to use this silicone grease lubricant around the door sills. Like I said, we had a bit of a leak on the kitchen window at the bottom, just where the window shuts against the rubber seal. I think the rubber had become a bit hardened and therefore was letting in water. It needed to be more supple. So I actually used some Vaseline just to get around that, to be honest, while we're on the trip. But like I say, I got this silicone lubricant that I'll sure apply onto that, and actually all the other rubber seals that I can come across. So it's probably worth doing that over a period of time just to protect the rubber seals. Otherwise they'll end up deteriorating to a point where you probably have to replace them, and that's it's probably worth doing that. So one job I forgot to mention was I need to clean the awning. We actually don't use the awning that much in reality, but if it's been stored away, it's got damp, it'll either get mildew on or mould or whatever it is. So I'm just going to take it out, give it just a sponge wipe and put it back, basically let it dry and put it back. So it's more dirt than mould, I think. Just needs wiping. So a bit there. So one of the things we suffer from is losing or they deteriorate and break off the rubber grommets, and of course what we don't want is grease going down inside. So managed to find some online. I'll put the link in the description. Whether they're the right ones I don't know, but they were relatively cheap, so nothing lost by if they don't fit. I've just softened them in hot water. Oh, perfect. Oh, that was easier than I thought. The last lot I had, I struggled really to get them in. Jane will be happy. Oh, look at that. They are perfect. Perfect. So I should keep them in the van just in case we have a breakage on any trip.